We all care for people we love: mum, dad, sisters, brothers, grandparents, uncles and aunts, and even friends. But did you know there are people going the extra mile? They're one of us. They're probably sitting in this very room, maybe even right next to you. They care for a relative who could be facing a variety of conditions, such as physical illness, like conditions that affect the heart or lungs, kidney disease, diabetes, or cancer. Or there's physical disability. Their arms and legs may not work, probably because of an accident. Or conditions like arthritis, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, or a brain hemorrhage. There's also mental ill health, like depression and anxiety or bipolar. Over 50% of young carers in Torbay who get support have a parent with a mental health problem. Also, there's learning disability. This can mean a sibling with conditions like Down syndrome, or who has other issues with learning like autism, Asperger's, and ADHD. There's sensory problems, a parent with hearing or sight loss, or they're looking after an elderly or frail relative. Another important group of young carers are those who have a parent who misuse drugs or alcohol, and that can be very difficult to talk about. Take Alice, for example. She cares for her brother.
I made you tea. Probably time you start getting up now.
Go away.
Hi, Mum. No, he's not up yet, but yeah. Yeah, I think he's okay. It's just I went up earlier and yeah, okay. Well, when are you gonna be home? Yeah, I can cook tea. That's fine. I'll just yeah, I know where it is. Okay. All right. Well, see you later, Mum. Love.
Here's an empty jug, and we're going to fill it with all the things young carers have to fit in their life. Firstly, there's caring for a relative.
Young carers might help with chores around the house, cooking, cleaning, shopping, laundry, doing the dishes. They often help with younger brothers and sisters.
Lots of young people help us at home, maybe for extra pocket money. The difference for young carers is they have to do it. Often there's no one else to do it.
Young carers might have to help a disabled parent, brother or sister get dressed.
A lot of young carers help with medication.
Sometimes a parent needs someone to talk to because they have depression and feeling down, or they are having cancer treatment which is making them feel miserable, and young carers give them emotional support.
The young carer might be one in the family who can try and calm down their brother or sister with autism or ADHD when they have a meltdown.
Does that look full? Well, then they have to deal with school.
Finding time for homework can be very difficult. Often young carers try and do it at school.
It can be difficult to concentrate in class if you're worrying about someone at home.
Attendance is an issue. Helping someone at home or taking brothers and sisters to primary school can make the young carer late.
So because we don't want to get told off and don't want to say what's happening at home, they stay off school for the day.
Detentions after school are difficult if you are needed at home.
Young carers can be bullied because there is someone who is different in their family.
Or the young carer's health starts to suffer because of the stress. Headaches, stomach problems, feeling anxious, and their attendance suffers.
All this is made more difficult if teachers don't understand what it's like being a young carer.
Can we fit any more in? With that said, they also have to find time for socialising.
No time to be a kid.
Being stuck at home.
Family days out are difficult.
Not being able to say yes straight away when asked to go out with friends. Always having to check if you're needed at home first.
School trips are too expensive for most young carers.
But you never know what's going to happen next.
And then, on top of all that, something else happens, like mum or dad have to go into hospital.
Okay, so now where can you go to get help? Now we have a full jug of red stress. So where can young carers go to cool down and get help to relieve all this stress? Well, there's family, older brothers and sisters, grandparents, aunts and uncles. You have friends in and out of school, people you can trust and who try to understand. Speaking of which, in school there's your deputy and head of year, or a teacher you're comfortable talking to. Also, there are people who come into school to help us, like the school nurse or Torbay Young Carers Service. The Torbay Young Carers Service has a worker coming to school who offers one-on-one support to young carers and make sure they get the right support from school staff. The young carers can attend a lunch club in school and bring along a friend. Through the Young Carers Service, there are trips and activities locally. For example, Woodlands, Battlefield Live or the zoo. There's trips to places like the Eden Project or Longleat Safari Park. Sometimes there's even weekends away, and these are all free to young carers. After all of this, how full do you think your jug is? If you think you might be a young carer, there are places you can get help.